Hello, geometry students. Welcome back to another episode to our Unit 3 study guide videos. We're going to be looking at problem number 3. It says, what is the scale factor if you are dilating triangle EDF, so meaning the small triangle, to ABC, to the big triangle. So we're going from the small to the big triangle, okay? So what does that mean? First of all, I want to identify my corresponding parts. I know if I look at the lines right here, so you see how this angle has one line for C. So I know that C is going to correspond with D because D, angle D, also has one line. If you look at here, they have one line each, right? But if I look at angle A, I'm going to put two lines. Whoops, let me see if I can make them a little bit more separate. So two lines. So angle A corresponds with angle E. Angle F will correspond with angle B, right? Because they have two lines, right? They will correspond with each other. So that means DF corresponds with BC, DE corresponds with CA, and EF corresponds with BA, okay? So we're trying to find the scale factor. So in order for us to find the scale factor, remember, I have to know which direction I'm going. I'm going from EDF to ABC. So that means I'm going from the little triangle to the big triangle. So that means my scale factor, since I'm trying to end up with a big triangle, my scale factor has to be bigger than 1, right? So I see that the 12 and the 5 are actually on corresponding sides. So that means I'm going to have to take 12 divided by 5 if I want to go from EDF to ABC. Whoops, sorry, I had one job right there. Alright, anyways. If I go ahead, take the scale factor, this is my solution for my first question, because my first question was asking me, what is the scale factor? Okay, so I'm going to write it out in a complete sentence. That way, I get full credit for writing it out in a complete sentence. So, the scale factor from EDF to ABC is 12/5. Okay? My next question, we are done with the first part. My second part says, find the length of DE. I'm trying to find this length here, DE. I happen to know, I'm going to go ahead and erase my lines from underneath the 5 and the 12. That way I can see what's going on. I'm trying to find the length of DE. I want you to pay attention. We're going from a big triangle to a small triangle. So that means my scale factor has to be smaller than 1 since we're going to the smaller triangle, right? So I want to go ahead and find the corresponding parts, or the corresponding part that lines up with DE. In this case, I know DE is corresponding to CA. So that means I have to use this 15 right here, okay? Luckily, in order for me to go from ABC to EDF, luckily for me, I have the best geometry teacher, Mr. Salas. Shout out to Mr. Salas for being amazing. Luckily for me, I have like I said, the amazing geometry teacher, Mr. Salas. So he has taught me, or he has let me know a little bit of a secret, that if I have a scale factor that takes me from one triangle to the other triangle, if I'm trying to go in the opposite direction, all I have to do is flip the numerator and the denominator, so that way I can find my new scale factor when I'm going from the big triangle to the little triangle. So my scale factor here is going to be 5/12. Okay, nice. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so now this means I have to take 15 times 5/12 is going to be equal to DE. I go ahead and grab my trusty calculator. I'm going to go ahead and do first. I'm going to go type in 15 times 5. In case you don't know what 15 times 5 is, it doesn't matter. It's okay. We can all use calculators. 15 times 5, that should give me 75. So it's 75 over 12 is equal to, so I'm going to go ahead and take that 75 and divide it by 12. That gives me 6.25. So DE is equal to 6.25. Okay, make sure you box your answer, that way I know where your final result is at. And that is it for this problem. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure you pause, leave the comments, make sure it's positive comments, okay? And I'll give you a shout out in the next round of study guide videos. Or you can just raise your hand, ask me personally, since I will be walking around trying to assist you. But yeah, like I said, that is it for this video. See you in the next one.